10. Little-known facts about Abraham Lincoln that will surprise you. When most people hear the name Abraham Lincoln, they immediately think of the tall, bearded president who led the United States through the Civil War and ended slavery. As the 16th President of the United States, Lincoln is often remembered for his leadership, honesty, and the powerful words of the Gettysburg Address. Yet beyond the history textbooks lies a fascinating man full of surprising stories, hidden talents, and unexpected achievements. His life was filled with contradictions and moments that reveal a human being far more relatable than the almost mythical figure we often imagine. Here are 10 little-known facts about Abraham Lincoln that may completely change how you see him. If you enjoy discovering amazing historical facts like these, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Lincoln was a licensed bartender. One surprising fact is that Lincoln was a licensed bartender. In 1833, he and a friend opened a general store in New Salem, Illinois, which also had a tavern license. While the business did not succeed financially, it shows that Lincoln once worked in the alcohol trade long before he became a symbol of moral leadership. This experience gave him a glimpse into the challenges of running a small business, handling customers, and negotiating daily, skills that would later serve him in politics. It's an unexpected chapter in the life of a man later admired for his discipline and integrity, proving that his path to greatness was not straightforward. Lincoln was an accomplished wrestler. Another little-known detail is that Lincoln was an accomplished wrestler. In his youth, he gained a reputation for his strength and skill in wrestling matches. According to historical accounts, he lost only one match out of hundreds. His physical presence and athletic ability contributed to his popularity among local communities. He used humor and charm alongside his physical prowess to connect with people, making him a well-loved figure long before his political career began. In fact, he is enshrined in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame as an outstanding American, a title few would associate with a future president. The only U.S. president to receive a patent. Lincoln was also the only U.S. president to receive a patent. In 1849, he patented a device designed to lift boats over shoals and obstructions in rivers. Though the invention was never manufactured, it demonstrates his creativity and mechanical curiosity. Unlike many political leaders, Lincoln had a genuine interest in technology and innovation, constantly thinking about how to improve everyday problems. His inventive mindset shows that his intelligence was practical as well as philosophical, combining imagination with real-world problem-solving. Lincoln struggled with depression. Despite his image as a confident leader, Lincoln struggled deeply with depression. Throughout his life, he experienced what was then called melancholy. Friends and colleagues often worried about his emotional state. However, instead of weakening him, these struggles may have strengthened his empathy and resilience. His ability to carry the burden of personal sorrow while leading a divided nation reveals a profound inner strength that shaped his presidency. Some historians argue that Lincoln's emotional depth helped him make moral decisions and approach conflicts with thoughtfulness rather than impulsiveness. Lincoln had a surprisingly high-pitched voice. Another surprising fact is that Lincoln had a higher-pitched voice than most people imagine. While he is often portrayed in films with a deep, booming tone, historical descriptions suggest his voice was sharp and somewhat high. Yet it carried remarkably well, allowing him to address large crowds without microphones. His distinct voice, combined with his storytelling skills, made him a compelling public speaker. Lincoln's speeches were carefully crafted, using rhythm, repetition, and vivid imagery to make his points resonate. People often felt as if he were speaking directly to them, a skill that helped unify the nation in times of extreme tension. Lincoln was largely self-educated. Born in a log cabin in Kentucky, he had less than a year of formal schooling. Most of his knowledge came from reading borrowed books by candlelight. He studied law independently and eventually became a successful lawyer in Illinois. His journey from humble beginnings to the presidency remains one of the most inspiring, self-made success stories in American history. This self-driven learning gave him not only knowledge, but also the discipline and patience that defined his political style. Lincoln's example shows how perseverance and curiosity can overcome even the most limited circumstances. Lincoln was a devoted animal lover. Interestingly, Lincoln was a devoted animal lover. He could not bear to see animals suffer and often intervened when he witnessed cruelty. He once returned a group of piglets to safety after they fell into a muddy creek, even though he was dressed for an important meeting. He also cared for his pets, including a dog named Fido, who remained a loyal companion. His compassion extended beyond politics and into his everyday actions, reflecting the kindness that defined his character. It's a small but revealing detail that shows how his moral values were expressed in both grand and ordinary moments. Lincoln's interest in the supernatural. Another lesser-known aspect of Lincoln's life is his deep interest in the supernatural. After the death of his son Willie in 1862, his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, attended seances in the White House. Although Lincoln approached these events with skepticism, he reportedly attended some sessions. The grief of losing a child during the turmoil of war added a deeply human dimension to his presidency. It also reveals the personal pain behind his public composure, reminding us that even great leaders experience vulnerability and seek comfort in ways that may seem unusual to us today. Lincoln built a cabinet from his rivals. Lincoln also formed a unique political team. Rather than surrounding himself only with loyal supporters, he appointed several of his former rivals to key positions in his cabinet. This group, famously described in Doris Kearns Goodwin's book, Team of Rivals, included strong personalities who had once opposed him. By valuing talent over ego, Lincoln created a powerful leadership team during one of the most challenging periods in American history. His ability to manage strong-willed individuals and turn competition into collaboration is a leadership lesson still studied today. Lincoln had a premonition about his death. Finally, Lincoln had a premonition about his own death. Just days before he was assassinated at Ford's Theater in 1865, he told a friend about a vivid dream in which he wandered through the White House and saw a covered corpse guarded by soldiers. When he asked who had died, he was told, "The President." Soon after, he was fatally shot by John Wilkes Booth. The eerie story has become one of the most haunting legends surrounding his life, adding an almost mystical layer to his already extraordinary legacy. And there you have it. 10 surprising facts about Abraham Lincoln that you probably didn't learn in history class. From wrestler and inventor to devoted animal lover, Lincoln was far more than the president we see in textbooks. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of one of America's greatest leaders, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode, and let us know in the comments which Lincoln fact surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and remember, history is full of hidden stories just waiting to be discovered.